Today I'm looking at the Kiwi Ears KE4 IM. It's got 2 balanced armatures, 2 dynamic drivers. Is it all it's cracked up to be? Let's get it. What's cracking, audio fans? David here from Prime Audio Reviews. So the Kiwi Ears KE4, you've probably heard about it. If you haven't, oh, surely you've heard of it because meta! It's the new catchphrase that everybody's throwing around. It's got a new type of tuning that differs slightly from the Harman tuning that we are so used to. But let's have a look at the IMs. That's what they look like. You know what? I gotta get this cable out of the way because, oh boy. The quality of the cable is decent. Like, the wire is decent, but it is a tangly little... It gets tangled every time you look at it, and that just is really annoying. But here's the IEMs now, and that's what they look like. So kind of, I guess you could say, kind of low-key design. Just a sort of a brushed aluminium look on the faceplate with the Kiwi Ears logo on there. Got your aluminium nozzles, glossy black shells, and yeah, that's what they look like. So in terms of comfort, they're not bad, they're pretty good. Once I found the right ear tips, they sort of fit fairly flush in my ears, protruding a little bit. Not really great for lying down, but I found them comfortable. I can wear these all day long pretty much. But of course you're wondering what the price is, and they are $199 US. But right now, I don't know how long it's going to last, probably not long, but probably until the end of tomorrow. But right now on AliExpress at least, they are like $179, I think. And that is a pretty good deal. Let's talk about why that is. So first of all, it's easy to drive these IEMs. You don't need a really powerful source, but it does scale somewhat with gear, so I would recommend pairing it at least with a dongle DAC. Graph. Now, I mentioned the meta tuning. I'm not going to get into all that because I think, well, first of all, I think consumers put too much emphasis on graphs anyway, and people have just been throwing this term around so much. I'm already turned off it. So let's just talk about how it sounds. The Kiwi Ears KE4, it's got a fairly balanced sound signature. It's definitely got some underlying warmth from that bass that you see there. It's got a fairly neutral mid-range though, and a smooth but very well extended treble. Now, it's not a tuning that will cater to extreme bass heads or extreme treble heads, but everyone else in the middle should be fairly happy with it. It's got a nice natural musical character paired with a solid technical performance. Let's talk about the bass, and one of the standouts of the bass is the really lovely texture. It's sort of gritty, it's tactile, it's got a great sense of depth and detail. There's plenty of sub-bass reach and enough rumble to convey a sense of epicness when it's needed. The mid bass is nice and punchy. It's got a good balance of impact and clarity, and overall good speed and control. The mid range is another highlight of the KE4. It's got forward sounding vocals, but not shouty vocals. Instrument timbre is nice and accurate, and the overall presentation of the mid range feels fairly transparent and uncolored, albeit, like I said, with that underlying bass that adds some natural warmth without thickening the note size. The KE4's treble perfectly rounds out its lovely tuning. It's smooth and extended. It's got plenty of detail without sounding sharp or brittle in the least. Fans of really bright, sparkling mids might not find this the most exciting IEM, but for me it impresses with its ability to create air and a bit of shimmer up there, but without any harshness. You can listen to this all day long. And now for soundstage and technicalities. The soundstage is reasonably large in dimension. The layering is not as distinct maybe as some others in this price range, but the imaging is still convincing, largely due to its good overall resolution. But I think what impresses me most about the KE4 in terms of technicalities is the coherency of its presentation, the way all the 4 different drivers work in perfect harmony. So just going to do one quick comparison today with the Moondrop Cadence. Now the Cadence normally retails for, I think it's $189. Can probably be found cheaper over the next day or two during those sales, although I'm not sure because it's kind of fairly new still. But the Cadence has a thinner and a brighter tonality. Its bass lacks weight and authority, unlike the KE4, which has nice powerful lows but not overdone lows. Cadence's mid-range has a thin note size, and the upper mids do get shouty, mainly not because the upper mids are tuned badly, but because there's not enough weight or meat in the bass to counterbalance it. So you just get this sort of, prominent upper mid-range. It gets a little bit, especially at higher volume. But despite its brighter tonality, the Cadence's detail retrieval is only average, and the resolution is inferior to the KE4. Now, the Cadence has a slightly wider soundstage, but I'd say the KE4 has better placement due to that, once again, superior resolution. So that about wraps things up for the Kiwi Ears KE4. Look, this is a good one, especially right now at that lower price. You can't really go wrong. It's got a nice smooth tonality. It's got a nice full bass, but it is a non-destructive bass. You get a nice mix of sub-bass rumble and mid-bass punch. It's not scooped out. It doesn't sound hollow or thin. There's still richness and life in the lower mids. And then you've got a nicely extended but still smooth and detailed treble. And with that said, it's impossible not to recommend this. This is a good one. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Pa Family Audiophile Style. If you're new here, consider hitting that subscribe button before you go. And until next time, I'll see you later.